Hi everyone and welcome. This is Angela Palmer from Stamp with Angela, and I'm excited to be here with you today to share some ideas to help you with your card making and stamping and to inspire you. And today I'm going to be showing the Sunrise Sailing Bundle, which is a very cool bundle with stamps, dies, and a hybrid embossing folder. So lots of possibilities with this. So I'm going to show you something that I have created, and hopefully it will give you some ideas of using this set or maybe something similar. So I appreciate you being here today, whether you're watching this live or you are watching the recording later. Thank you. Feel free to comment. Let me know that you're here, where you're from. Thank you to those that join me each week. And if you are joining for the first time, I appreciate you being here. So I'm going to share some ideas with you to help you with your crafting, share some tips and ideas as well. So I hope you enjoy today's card. All right, so let me switch over and I'll show you what we're using today. All right, here we go. So what you can see here is the Sunrise Sailing stamp set. So this is a new one that came out in May with the online exclusive. So you won't find it in the catalogue, but it is in the online exclusives. You'll see that it's a photopolymer stamp set, and it's a combination of some images as well as some sentiments. And you can use these sentiments or, other ones that you might have. It comes with the dies. So we've got some images here so we can cut out our boat, add some sails. There's even some smaller boats that you can add, seagulls, clouds, that kind of thing. And if you're wanting a bit of edging and things, this is quite fun to create with water and stuff. So they are both part of that set. And I like to photocopy mine so I know what's there. I haven't mounted it onto a magnetic sheet yet, but that's what I usually do. And then I have the embossing folder, which is very cool. I don't know how well you can see that if I put it on there. Don't know. But it's got clouds, it's got the boat, and then it's got the waves. So this is very cool that you can add some texture to your card as well. So I'll show you what we're going to make and a couple of variations. You can kind of let me know what you like. So let's put those things over there. And these are the cards that I have made. So I've got three. They're slightly different. Okay, so the colors I've used are 2-in colors. Do you know what they are? The colors I've used here are Secret Sea and Cloud Cover. So they're 2 of the in colors. So I've kept it fairly neutral and things, saying that I did with my sponging add a little bit of balmy blue for the sky. I tried Cloud Cover, but I thought it needed to be a little bit brighter. So that's one of the cards. Then I have done the same card, but this time for my sentiment, I have used that die that I showed you that you can kind of add that to. And then I was trying to work out color combinations. So this is Secret Sky matting on a cloud cover base. This is the opposite way around. So I'll put them next to each other. Let's do it that way. So this is got the cloud cover behind, and then the Secret Sea is the base. So subtly different. I'm not sure what you prefer, whether you like kind of having that bold color behind the image and something else, or the other one. What do you like? So which one do you like? So they're all slightly different, the cards. Obviously, the sentiment on that one is a little bit simpler. So let me know what you prefer. Do you like the Secret Sea card base or the cloud cover? I'll let you know what I like in a minute too. So I'm going to show you how I made this. So I've used the set. And then the other thing that I have used is I've used some blending brushes as well. And then the colors I've used is Secret Sea, cloud cover. And like I mentioned, I have used some balmy blue. Okay. Yeah, very good. All right, so there's a few of you watching. It's wonderful to have you here. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate that. Let me know where you're from. Linda, Sheila, thank you for joining. Today, it seems to be working on Facebook. It did take me a while when I was setting it up. I had to reconnect it several times until it joined to Facebook. So I'm not quite sure what the issue was. but I didn't notice last week that it didn't connect to Facebook, so I had to then just share it afterwards. So sorry if you came on last week and you were trying to watch on Facebook and it wasn't happening. Okay, so what I'm going to do with today's card is I'm going to start with, so I'll just show you what I'm using. So I'm going to use the cloud cover base with this matting. So this is my standard half of a A4, so 21 centimeters wide, 14.85 high. And then this is a little bit smaller, so 10 by 14.3. And then we're going down a size for the layer that I'm going to be embossing. And that is going to be 9.5 by 13.8. So this is what we're going to start with first. Now, a couple of things when I put it in my embossing folder, on which card was it? This one here. I felt there was a little bit of kind of wasted space there. I tried a little boat, but didn't quite work. So you will see that this one here, I've moved my boat slightly over so I can see a bit more of my clouds. And then my boat's that way. So when you put it in the folder, when I find my folder, have a think about where you want it and how you want to place it. So it's going to open up like this. You can see the clouds. I don't know how well you can see that. So for example, if I put it quite far to this way, there'd be a very big white space there, which I don't want. I'm not sure how easily you can see that with all the reflection. So I'm actually going to go slightly more to the left. Not quite in the center, but maybe the boat's slightly more closer to the right side of the card because we've got clouds there, that kind of thing. And I do want to try and get it level. I don't really want my boat, you know, climbing uphill sort of thing. So let's try and get it level. And then I'm going to put that through my Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, which I will bring up in a second when I move these out the way. So because I am using a 3D embossing folder, I am going to put the embossing folder down and then I'm putting my grey plate on it. Now, sorry, the only thing with this particular table I'm using is it does shake everything a little bit. So bear with me as I put it through. If it shakes, you'll see it come out the other side. So, and I'm going to move it out the way until I'm ready to use it again. There we go. Isn't that cool? So look at that texture and things. So now we are going to actually sponge it. But I might just do my boat first because then I can place it and I'll show you a couple of things to do with sponging. So I'm going to get another piece of white. This one here will do. And I stamp my boat in Secret C. And then I use cloud cover as well. So here is my boat. It's quite a big stamp. So I've actually got it on the E-block. I don't think it quite fitted on the other one. What I'm going to do is, since I'm here, I'm going to stamp two at once. Might as well. I'll do them like that. Okay, if I do them sort of alternate, I wonder if would I fit one more in? Not quite, but that's okay. Use that for something else. Then I am going to use cloud cover. Now, cloud cover, there are no ink pads like that. So what I have done is I have put it in a little ink spot. I'm trying to see where the packet of them have gone. I'll show you what they're like. So I have got the ink refill and poured it into here, and that way I can use it. So what I'm going to do is, because it's small, I'm going to ink up my stamp like this and stamp it. Can you see? I have to stand up to do this, to line it up. So you could go with darker, brighter colors if you wish. But I am just going to sort of keep to the sort of 2 or 3 colors, keep it in the bluey sort of color range. Sometimes when you're stamping something, you might as well, you know, stamp another one at the same time. Okay, then this is the one for the design on the sails. Like so. So I just need to make sure on the left that it's touching the edge of the sail so that doesn't look like it's, whoops, did I move it? Oh yeah, that's pretty good. we'll do this one while we're here. So you only need one boat, just so you know. I'm just doing a spare while I'm here. If you got it out once, you might as well get it. Oh, look at my ink on my hand. Where did I put my hand? Oops, lift it up a little bit. Oh dear, I think I've already got some ink on it. That one's not quite touching, so I'm just going to go over. There we go. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so then we find the dies, which I've put here. And there is a boat one. So we're going to put that on there like that. And cut it out, except it needs to go up a bit. So I'm kind of checking the sides and the base. And then I like to use a bit of removable tape to hold it in place. So we'll see how that looks. Oh, now there are some comments, so I should probably keep an eye on those. Let's scroll it up. Oh, welcome, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining today as well. Oops, needs to move up. So you've got to check like the bottom, the sides, the top, all over the place. And then we're going to put that through our machine. I might just have to check again that it's right in the process of moving it. So with this one, I want my base plate, and which is plate number 1. Let's put it in this way first. Then I need a cutting mat underneath and a cutting mat on top. You'll see it as it comes out the other side. Just going to make sure I haven't moved it too much in the process of lifting it up. Okay, put that on, and I'll try not to hit the camera a bit. There we go. No, it's not working. Do you know why it's not working? Because I'm missing something. I needed a 2 as well. It's too thin. Let's try that again. So we'll take that out. So when you're using dies, even though it happens to the best of us, we need a 1 and a 2 because they're so thin. Then your cutting mats. Who spotted that when I was doing it? That I'd left a plate out. Right, take 2. Let's try again. Make sure it hasn't moved. I think I might have to adjust it slightly. Hopefully that's okay. There we go. Okay, take 2. Here we go. Shake, rattle, and roll. I'm only going to cut one out. You don't have to wait for both of them. Oh, beautiful. So I've got some tape there. Okay, I'm going to move that out the way. The best thing to do is when you're going to use the machine, and if it's really tight as you're trying to squeeze it through, stop and check, because you might have forgotten to take away that number 2 plate when you're embossing, and we don't want to wreck our machine, that's for sure. Okay, so here is our lovely die cut boat. So now we're going to do some sponging. So I tried a couple of things, and I actually quite like the Secret C at the bottom. Now it is a very dark color, so I'm going to start off and then go onto it. So it will be quite, I'm going to actually use this bit here because see how blue it is. And then I'm going to start off and I'm just going to circle motion. Now it doesn't matter if you go over the boat because, excuse me, I'm going to mute for a second and cough. All right, am I back on again? Yep. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, if you go over the boat, it doesn't matter. Now, I want to show you something. If you don't go high enough and you put your boat here, it kind of looks like it's floating, you know, because there's a white space here. So you kind of deliberately need to make sure you get in there with your ink so it doesn't look like it's floating on white. Do you see what I mean? So it means I'm going over the boat, but that's the base of the boat. The, what do you call it? Oh no, the hull. There we go. That looks a bit better. So that's the Secret C. Then I'm going to come in with Balmy Blue. And actually, while I remember, I should probably clean my block straight away, particularly with that dark colour, so that it doesn't stain anything. All right. When I'm doing things, I quickly use my chamois because it makes it nice and easy. But then I like to use my stamping scrub and stamping mist afterwards to give it a good clean when I'm done. All right, so this is the Balmy Blue. And I'm just going to check if that's what I Yeah, used. So this one's lighter. I'm going to move my boat out of the way. So I'm kind of wanting it slightly more where the clouds aren't, sort of in the background. So slightly more where the debossed part is, really. But it's going to naturally do, you know, where the embossed bit is raised as well. Well, let's just get in there behind there a little bit if we can. All right, try and leave our clouds white, sort of thing, if we can. So what you need to do is do that, have a look, put your boat on, see how it looks. Oh, there's a bit missing there, a bit missing there. Touch it up. Maybe just over here a little bit. I don't want too much. Gone a bit dark there. There we go. But I just like that contrast. Cool. There we are. I mean, there are die cut clouds that you can use and things if you want to make them white and put them on, but I just want to keep this particular card fairly simple and straightforward. Great. Then before we put it together, let's do our stamping. So I'll show you how I did this. So I need a slightly wider piece of cardstock, and I need those over here. These ones. Okay, so where it's going to cut is at the top. So I'm going to put this here on here like this, and it's going to cut there and then leave this wide. It will leave a bit of an imprint of the edge of the die. There's not a lot you can do about that. But by the time we stamp it, you probably didn't notice it on my cards before. So hopefully we won't notice it too much. So line that up there. I need my top plate, and you'll see it as it comes through. Whoops, as I put my plate down, the whole thing moved. Not quite what I want. Let's try again. Sorry, it's lined up on the other side, which means you can't see it, but you'll kind of see it when it comes out the other side. As I put my plate in, every time it moves. You have to hold it. All right, here it comes. All right, it's coming. The colours work well. Oh, thank you, Linda. Appreciate that. All right, there we go. So you'll see what I mean about the line in a minute. Okay. There we go. So if you look very closely, you can see a bit of a crease line there. But by the time we stamp, it's not too bad. And we're just going to trim it slightly. Or you can just use a narrow kind of best wishes, or even banner it or something like that. Totally up to you. I'm keeping it fairly simple and just doing best wishes. But there are other sentiments you can use, like congratulations, you deserve the best, you're destined for great things, ahoy, a happy retirement, sorry. So yeah, lots of possibilities there. So I'm going to stamp this and hopefully get it fairly straight. I'm going to try and do it within this space here so that when I trim it, I'm not getting kind of partly cut holes. Not sure if you know what I mean, but I'll show you. That's pretty good. Right, I'm going to clean that now too, just because it's such a dark colour. Don't want the colour to stain and things. Cool. All right, I'm going to bring over my trimmer and just trim that off. All right. So we are going to not make it too wide, but hopefully that's straight about there. Yay, that looks good. And then I'm going to trim the edges. I probably should do it on the straight edge, then it would be better. And do it on this one here. You could use, you know, your paper snip scissors if you wanted, but okay, let's put our card together. So I said I'm going to use a cloud cover base with Secret Sea and then put this on. So let's put this all together and then we'll use some dimensionals as well. All right. Oh, Linda's saying that my hand's not as bad as when she did her sale swap. Yes, Linda made a beautiful card as part of our swap, but there was lots of, I think it was black ink. Linda, are you okay if I have got that card that I share it? Because it's a very cool card using this set. Would that be okay? All right, so I'm going to have Secret Sea and cloud cover like so. So many possibilities with the set. All right, so then to put this on here, you could glue it down, but I am going to use some dimensionals. So I'm going to put a couple of big ones on and then some mini ones too. Maybe a mini one further up. And I don't think I like to pick these off with my Take Your Pick tool. And that is next door. So I'm going to have to use my fingers, and I do not have much in the way of nails. This is a slower way of doing it, but we'll get there. If I wanted to, oops, don't stick yet. I could just oops, not those. These are my ribbon scissors. Do not use them for this. Going to trim a little thin bit off and put it where the mast is, just to support that bit. I think it'll be okay without, but just to make, sure, support our boat, our sailing boat, and put it on. So it's a fairly quick, easy card, but we're using the dies, the embossing folder, and the stamps. Oops, it looks like it's going uphill a bit. Let's just try and keep it. I'm not quite sure. Well, let's put the sail on first, and then we'll just adjust our boat. Cool. Then I'm going to put this on with some dimensionals. And then I'll show you something else I'm going to do to the sea. All right. Nearly there. Now, I could do it now, but I'm going to waste some of it if I do, because I don't know where this is going. So, although it is cloudy, sometimes the sun shines down on the water and it glistens. So I thought I would add a bit of Wink Stella. So if you haven't used your Wink Stella for a while, I did use it earlier, so for mine's fine. But I will, if you squeeze it, you'll see it coming down, and sometimes it's a bit of a blob like that. So I always do that on scrap paper first. And then, or even that's still a bit blobby. And then I'll come in and I'm just going to sort of on the raised bits, add a bit of this. And it will kind of, what's the word? It's a bit like a watercolor as well, but it will add a bit of shimmer to our water, which I think is quite nice. So I'm just adding it around the sentiment. Now, I don't know how easy that is to see in the video, but let me have a look. Can you see a bit of shimmer there? Probably certain angles, but that's quite cool. So that's the card. To finish it off, I would put another piece of Secret Sea inside and a basic white piece, and then I'd probably stamp as well. So I haven't done this before. I probably, we've only got big boats. So you got two choices. What I would possibly do, you could do I'm just going to not die cut it out, but just sort of, if you could stamp this inside like so, maybe just sort of down a little bit, and you still have room for a message, so you could stamp that. Or you could even do a die cut, like a silhouette shape, like this is one that I kind of did. You could sort of put that in there and maybe even stamp some sea or something. There are some other sails that you can add to it as well. So you can have a little play of what you might want to do on the inside. So Linda's got a question. How many dimensionals should you use and how do you decide? Good question. So some people go overboard and use heaps, and some people, don't use many. So that boat that I just had, which I can't find, here. So basically, like if you only did top and bottom, it might kind of sag a bit in the middle. So I'd sort of do, have I got one that's pre-cut? Not handy. So I tend to do like the corners and the top, maybe a little one or cut in half, and then maybe an extra one here for support. Along the bottom, I could do the two ends, but again, it might sag. So that's why I did 3, one in the middle. And again, the mast, it would probably have enough support either side, but just to be sure, I've done one in the mask. As for a sentiment, so if I had, a long sentiment like this, I would probably do like 1, 2, 3, 4, just to kind of evenly support it. If you do 1 and 2, then it's likely to kind of sag in the middle. If it was, so for this one, I even did 3, just to give it that support. If I was putting something like this on with dimensionals, I'd definitely do the corners, maybe the middle, or maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that kind of thing. So just so it's enough sort of, support, if that makes sense. All right. So I think, Elizabeth, you like those colors as well. So there you go. So that's quite simple. Back to my earlier question about the 2 cards. What do you like? Let's get rid of my dimensional bits. Do you like it with this is the cloud cover background and a bit of matting, or do you like it with the secret C card base? Did I say that right? This is a cloud cover card base. This is the secret C card base. Let me know what you prefer. There's no right or wrong, but just differences. Cool. So let me show you a couple of cards. So these cards were made as part of a swap. So I did a team swap with my direct team. So people like Linda are part of that, and Sheila as well, which is cool. So they choose a card, make many of the same. And this is what Linda made. So you'll see what she said about getting lots of ink on her hands when you see this one. So you'll notice her boat is going the other way. So if you look at mine's going that way, hers is going that way. So she's actually used the deboss side, colored it, and then put ink in the raised parts. So that's a technique did I do it on the live? I can't remember, but that's very cool. It can get a little bit messy, but that's, a fun. And obviously completely different colors. She's used in colors as well. Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling. And then is that Secret Sea? Yes, it is. Oh, and it's all on here too. And a bit of Misty Moonlight as well. So it's just great to see how other people can make cards. So you can see that that's quite a different look with exactly the same card. Oh yeah, and she's stamped inside too, which is great. Then another one, so there was my immediate team swap, and then the larger team that I'm part of, there was a swap with that too. And Paula Reed made this card. So she has used, where's the colors are on the back. Is it Azure Afternoon? Azure Afternoon is the blue that she's used with this, and also these Everyday Arches. Is it Everyday Arches? Yeah, Everyday Arches is both also as an online exclusive. So she has created the background with the embossing and then put her sailboat in the arch. And she's actually put the little bits kind of back in. They look a bit like bubbles, and made a congratulations card, and she has stamped inside too. So I could always do that. So that's kind of a different blue to what I've used, and she's stamped the birds. So I guess I could, stamp. Are there other bird stamps? Yes, or are they're actually die cuts, what she's used. So if you have a look, and it cuts 3 at once. Where is it? You can cut, you can't see it, these out. So they're quite intricate. Maybe I would put, adhesive sheets behind it to make it easier to stick down. But you can also, die cut some sails and add. She's stamped like I have, but then she has die cut the seagulls. So a few other variations of that. So that's really cool. I did it on a live, Linda said. Okay, so that technique. So if you look back, you'll see that technique too. Cool. So any questions? So remember that bundle has got the stamps, the dies, and the embossing folder. Embossing folder, she says, looking for it. Oh, I buried it. Stamp, dies, and embossing folder. Remember, you won't find it in the online, sorry, you will find it in the online store. You won't find it in the catalogue. Okay, not everything is in the catalogue. But there are still lots of cool things in this catalogue. Just a couple of reminders for the month of June. There is the suite sale. So you can buy a whole suite, one complete suite, or products from a suite. And you get 50% off the second item that you buy. So try and get them so they're comparative in price. Like not a big bundle for $100 and then embellishments for $20. Try and get, something of similar value to get the most out of it. Well, it's totally up to you, but that's my recommendation. And they don't have to be the same suite. You might get something from this suite as your main item, and then your half price item could be, I'm pretty sure that this counts in the sale. I'm sorry, I forgot to check. I don't know if I can quickly check now or not. But basically what you do is what do you do? Go to the online store, find the item, and if it has above where it says add to cart, if it's got pink writing saying buy one, get one 50% off, then that means it's part of the sale. So that's quite cool. I'm just trying to have a quick look on my computer to see if that sunrise bundle is. Give me a second. So if you need any help with the sale, you can order through your own online store, or you can contact me and I can help with that. Oh, it doesn't have it underneath. So it looks like it's not part of the sale. So it's not part of a suite. Oh, that's a shame. But there are lots of other things that you can get as part of that sale. So we can add to cart and things, but it's not showing up with that. So maybe it's not. But there are lots of, let me quickly show you. So you've got some of the suites in here that are part of the sale. Where are my suites? Where is it? Oh, here we go. So the suites, and there are more online, not just here. But you've got your beautiful gallery suite. Sorry, I'm not seeing what I'm doing here. I need to check my camera. Now that I'm back here. The beautiful gallery is a suite. The Kintsugi Inspirations is a suite. The Boho Vibes is a suite. You don't have to buy the whole suite. You can just buy things from it. I'm guessing, not sure about that one. The Turtle is a suite, and the Celebratory Sips is a suite. That's scrapbooking, so I'm not sure. Anyway, check it out and have a look for that little pink thing on, and reach out to me if you need any help or if you'd like to order. So thank you for your time today. I hope you enjoyed today's card. So I had fun with that set, making this card here. So thank you for joining me. If you're not on my newsletter, please subscribe. You'll be kept up to date with specials and information, exclusive tutorials and things. And feel free to like my YouTube or subscribe, because then you'll get updates of other lives and things too. And here's the other cards made by Paula and Linda. So thank you for your wonderful cards. Very good. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today. Remember that sale as well. Reach out to me if you need any help. But I appreciate you watching, and I love being able to share with you. So until next time, have a great rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you next week. All right, take care. Thanks a lot. And oh, you haven't come back to me, have I? I usually do. Whoops-a-daisy. Let's just come back to me to finish off. Whoops. So you can see me. All right. So thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.